Hey guys, it's Jaffmaster Flash. Welcome back to another video. We are in Brazil, Interlagos to be more precise. We are on race day 20 and this is the highlights. Already did the 3 practices. They were wet, dry, wet, and unfortunately for me, qualifying is also going to be wet. But for those of you who know about Formula 1, if you make a change to the car before qualifying, the moment you leave the garage, that is when no further checks or tools can be made to the car. So I kept the car as a dry
So it's time for
setup.
Qualifying here at Interlagos.
As you can
The
see,
Autodromo
absolutely
Jose Carlos
pouring
Pache.
with rain
The teams have
and the
completed their
car on dry
preparations
setup.
and are just waiting
So
for
just
the
like
pit
the
lane
last
to open
set of highlights,
before they
you
take
will
to the
see
track.
you will see 2 laps of me setting
With
my
the weather
fastest
as it
time.
is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
So as I said, 2 laps, my fastest time. For some reason, I always set the fastest time in qualifying 2. I don't know why, but that's what's happened. And yeah, it's bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But here we go. Hope you like the new graphic up in the top right hand corner. It's definitely different. But as I said, this car was a dry setup in the wet, and that proved to be a little difficult. In the first lap, I actually crashed and smashed the car to pieces, which if you've been following this F1 career, you should know I do that quite a lot. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Absolutely loved the Brazil circuit, and it's quite sad that it's not going to be around for next season. It's really sad, in fact. Allegedly they are moving to Rio de Janeiro, and a circuit that is yet to be built. Rumour also has it that it's going to be some sort of street circuit. Well, each to their own, I suppose. Each to their own. As you can see, fastest time is already being set. Didn't do too great on the first lap. I think the first lap was like a 119 something. See it absolutely throwing it down. So bad. The problem is that every time I was trying to throttle down, I was getting overexcited and I managed to spin the car. However, I just purple sectored Sector 2. Sector 2 was normally my strongest, whereas the AI seemed to fail. But here we go. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. There was that crash. Obviously you're going to restart it and go again, and that means we will have to take a second lap. But after the grid penalties I endured at Mexico, you know, the engine part really played massively in this Grand Prix. Not just that, Kimi Räikkönen also underwent a grid penalty for this race. Not as severely as me, but he still underwent a severe grid penalty. We're well into lap 2 now of qualifying, and I've tried to learn from my previous lessons. In qualifying 1, I did a time of, I think it was a 1:19.3, and the AI got to within 0.4 of me, so I knew I had to go below 1:19. However, trying to do it in a car that is set up for the dry in wet conditions isn't the best at all. Nowhere near the best.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And there it is, almost across the line. That's qualifying done with. Over and done with. So, here we go.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. 2 very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the 2 DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Joker. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship
Ceremonial
victory.
flyover.
Pressure now surely off, with the title already in the bag.
It really is well deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well managed.
I love it when they
He's
walk down the
hoping they
grid.
let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's
So,
race.
there I am.
Joker lines up on pole position, with Daniel
Managed to
Ricciardo slotting in
qualify
alongside. Looking down the rest
first.
of the grid, we have Hamilton,
I think Raikkonen ended
Sainz,
all the way up
Nico
in
Hülkenberg, and
9th
Bottas,
place, I
Leclerc,
think.
Grosjean, Raikkonen,
Let's get
and Esteban
on
Ocon,
to
Perez, Ericsson,
the
Sergei Sirotkin,
race.
and Magnussen. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Alonso, Gasly, Brendan Hartley, and Stoffel van Dorn. Stroll and Max Verstappen completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here it is, lights are underway and we are off. Absolutely rubbish start. Absolutely rubbish. Danny Rick managed to get out in front of me and there he goes off into the sunset. Guys, I am going to leave you with the rest of this 18-lap race. Hope you enjoy it. If you like these videos, hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you love these vids, obviously hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified on my next video. Absolutely love Formula 1. Absolutely love it. And next up is Abu Dhabi, I believe. Abu Dhabi, and that is the last race of the season. Hopefully I'm going to try and get that race completed and get on to a career with Williams. That's if they'll take me. Thanks to everybody who supports me out there, and peace.
A great win then for the Maranello team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
So here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. Joker increases their championship lead. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Max Verstappen, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.